Well, hello and welcome to Knitting with Trillemor. My name is Charlotte and I am coming to you from Denmark. It's been a while since I've been podcasting in English and I'm very sorry for that. I have been too busy with work and I have been doing Danish podcasts, but I think now I will continue a little bit in English. Normally on my podcast, I am telling about what I'm wearing. Oh, that English. I guess my tongue is teasing a little. But I will talk about what I'm wearing. I will talk about what's on my needles, and I will talk about some projects I recently finished. And of course, I will tell a little bit about what I want to knit in the future, in the near future, and also later. I guess right now I'm a little bit into having thoughts about summer knitting, but I recently bought some new yarn it's because I've been participating in Wool Swap, where I got the most beautiful yarn, and I have been looking for something that I could hold together with it, and I will show you a little later. I will get back to it, definitely. Well, let's start with what I'm wearing. This is a model from Valentina's Knits. If you don't know her, I would recommend you to find her on Instagram. Her profile is Valentina's Knits, and she makes, in my opinion, very, very beautiful models. Most of them has this round yoke, and often with a lot of lace pattern. This one is a little simple, but a lot of them has very beautiful yokes, and that's what I've fallen in love with. I love these beautiful patterns. It's most of them is inspired by the Japanese Stitch Bible, the patterns in those books. Yeah, this one I'm wearing today is called Adelheid. It's not that new. I made this one in January 2021. Actually, it's 3 years ago. Well, yeah, time flies. But I think the model was published in 2020, so it's an older model. Mine is made in a sock yarn held together with merino silk. The sock yarn is from a Danish hand dyer called It's Yarn, and the quality is It's for Socks. The color I used is called May, or Maj, as in the month of May. My birthday is in May, so when I saw the yarn, I thought, oh my god, I must have this yarn. It's so pretty. I can show you how the rest of the skein is. I have half a ball left, or half a skein left, and it's not so easy to see the colors, but I think I can do like this, and then maybe you can see the colors a little more. There are so many beautiful colors in this one. There are some rose colors and a little bit orange, green colors, a little bit light blue, gray colors. I think it's so pretty. And well, maybe you can see it when I get a little closer. So many beautiful colors, and the mohair I used has so much, what should we call it, halo or fluff. It's very long haired, very, very long haired. It's from a Danish breed. It's called Fynsk mohair. Fyn is Funen, a small Danish island between Zealand and Jutland. We have Funen, And the mohair goats are living in the countryside. And the family who has the breed are cutting the goats themselves and sends the wool or hair. Actually, I'm not sure if it's called hair or wool when it's from a mohair goat. Do you know that? If you do, please tell me. I would like to know. But actually they send the hairs or the wool to France, where they get it spun and dyed. Yeah, it's very soft. I think there are a big difference in different mohair yarns, silk mohair. Some is a little itching and others are more soft. This one is definitely one of the more soft ones, maybe because of the long hairs. I mean, it's 75% mohair and 25% mulberry silk in it. Yeah. The family who owns the goats care very much about how the goats live, and it's important to them that the goats has a good life. And of course they feel that the quality of the goats' hairs are much better if you take care of your animals, and I think they're right. This one I used is undyed, and yeah, it's very, very, very soft and very nice. I made this Adelheid sweater in size 3 on needles 3.5 millimeters, and I think there are 8 sizes in all, from breast circumference 85 centimeters to until 135 centimeters. So you have a pretty big space there. You can make it in a lot of sizes. Yes, I think that's what my potterwear, as we call it in Denmark. That's what we wear when we are podcasting. Okay, and then finished objects, recently finished objects. One of them is socks. I have made mountain walk socks from handmade by Florence. The pattern is on Ravelry, where I found it, and it has these very fine small braids or cables. On one sock you cable to the right side, and on the other sock you cable to the left side. It's made from top to toe, leg to toe, and the heel flap is slip stitches, and then we have the gusset, and then it's you make these decreases on each side of the toe. Yeah, the yarn is from a Danish hand dyer called A Lonely Sock Lady, and her specialty is self-striping yarns. This one is a gradient she made in January, but often she makes very beautiful colors and very bright colors and very variated colors, and stripes them. And then when you buy them with a contrast you can use for the heel and the toe. This time I chose just to use the same color in all the sock because of the pattern. I think it would be too much if I also changed color for the heel and toe. So I am participating in a challenge A Lonely Sock Lady has, where you have to knit 12 pair of socks, 1 pair each month, in Lone's yarn, or actually you just need at least 50% of the yarn to be Lilones, and then you can combine it with other yarn qualities or yarn from other dyers. That would be okay. So my March socks are all done. Another thing I have been finished recently is from a crochet hook. It is Lady Hippo. I made this one. I'm going to be a grandma very soon, or no, not very soon, actually in 3 months, in June. And my daughter-in-law, she just loves hippos. And when I found this one, I think that would be a perfect gift for my little baby. Not my baby, my grandbaby. It's going to be a girl, so I'm getting a granddaughter. And well, it's actually a toy, a stocking toy, and with a little tail and feet, and then the arms, and at last the head. I think it's so cute. I really love it, and I hope that she will be fond of it when she grows up. Of course, she cannot use it for the first couple of years, but well, she will get it anyway as a birth gift. So it took pretty long time to make this one, so I have not been knitting that much. It's been knitting in 100% cotton, and I think cotton is a little rough on the fingers when you knit with it, or when you're crocheting with it. Also when you knit with it, actually. But it's a little unelastic, and I think that's hard for the fingers. But I finished it, and I'm pretty satisfied with it, so that's nice. So that was, yeah, that was what I've been finishing. But of course, I also have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of things on my needles, and one of the sweaters I'm knitting right now is called Jericho's Rose. I will put in a picture for you so you can see how it's supposed to look when it's finished. I am knitting in llama wool. Oops. A gray undyed llama wool. It's bought at a Danish hand dyer called by Killerik, and I'm holding it together with a lace alpaca silk blend. Actually, I think it's alpaca silk and cashmere. It's very soft, and I used the lace because I didn't hit the gauge with only the llama wool. So I had to put a little bit more yarn to it, and if I used 2 strands of the llama, it would be too thick. So I think this one will be pretty good. This one, of course, is bottom up, and then that's because when you made when you've made the hem and the sleeves, you need to connect all parts, and then the pattern on the yoke is actually made from a Christmas calendar I had this last Christmas in 2023. I had beautiful hand-dyed advent calendar. I opened a 20 gram skein each day from a Danish, also again a Danish hand dyer called Ladybug Yarn, and she is very talented, and she makes the most beautiful colors. So I think I will show you a little picture of the colors. I have a picture. I will put it in so you can see the colors and how I plan to put them in. So right now I'm just knitting and knitting and knitting so I can get to the part where the fun begins. And I can't wait. But well, it might take a little while because I have other things on my needles as well. I am currently making a test knit for Valentina's knits, and this one is a cardigan. It's called the Saga Stitch Cardigan, and again I will put in a picture so you can see how it's supposed to look when it's done. Mine is in this color, a warm gray with a little purple and a little golden or yellow tweeds in it. It's very, very beautiful yarn. It's a wool yarn, 100% Norwegian wool from, it's called Per Gynt from Sandnes. And I have come this far. I just finished the first chart. There are 2 charts, I think 2 or 3 charts, I don't remember actually. I don't have the pattern with me. But, well, it's not so easy to see the pattern on my needles because I have a little short wire on this one. But, well, it's top down, so like this. So I'm knitting and knitting and knitting, and well, it's fun. I love knitting these patterns. I love knitting from charge, and yeah, the yarn is fantastic, and Valentina's models is fantastic. I have been doing a lot of test knits for her. If you have not been watching this podcast before, then I can tell you that I often is talking about Valentina's knits. I have been testing for her the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, and I love those models with the round yokes and the lace, and actually I am talking about one of my Valentina models in every single episode of my podcast. And if you're curious, of course you can try and look into the Danish podcast, because I am wearing some of them there as well. But of course I will be talking in Danish, so you might not get so much out of it, but you're of course very welcome to. Yeah. Last things on my needle I will show you is the distance scarf from Olga Putano Designs. If you don't know which scarf I'm talking about, it's this one. I saw this one. I am following the Tuesday Knit Chat Cafe, and I think it was Noelle from the Tuesday Knit Chat Cafe that was knitting this one, and I thought, wow, that's beautiful. I have to knit that one. And Olga Putano is a Ukrainian woman living in the US. So I thought that would be a good way to support, yeah, well, I'm not political in this podcast, but I don't like what's going on in Ukraine. So that's it. And then sometimes I'm dyeing my own yarn, and I bought this brushed merino, 90% merino and 10% nylon. I dyed this one myself, and I think I would like to show you. It's so soft, this one. It's like cotton, you know. Yeah, it's just so soft, and no scratching, no itching, nothing. It's so soft, and it has this funny wavy center. I don't know if you can actually see it. And then all that fluff, it's brushed up. It's so soft. And the reason I chose this yarn for it is because actually I don't know what this yarn would look like when it's knitted. I don't know what the stitch definition would look like, and I think, well, I have to do something for it, and instead of just making a little sample, I thought I could try and make this one. And I actually think that will be very fine when it's done. It's fine both in the front and the back. Well, it has to be blocked a little bit because it's yeah. I think it will be fine when it's all done. I like the results, and it's so soft. It's really soft. So yeah, that's on my needles too. Are you what's it called? Monogamous? I will write it. Do you need only one thing at a time, or do you need a lot of things at the time? I always has several projects going on, and well, when I'm testing, of course, I use most of my times doing the test because I want to finish it. But sometimes if I'm at a meeting, or if I'm going to my parents' house and we just need to sit and talk a little bit while knitting, I always like to have something that I can only just knit at without thinking a lot and without having a pattern or a chart to follow. And that's why this Jericho's Rose, for instance, is pretty good, because that's just knit stitches all the way around. So often I have more projects going on at the same time. Yeah. Then I would like to tell you a little bit about wool swap. Do you know what wool swap is? I have been doing wool swap for the last, well, I think 8 months or something like that. It's every second month you will be paired with a knitter from somewhere in the world, and then you have to send a wool package to each other. And the first time I participated, I was sending a gift to a woman in Germany, and she sent one back to me. The second time I participated was someone in Austria. The third time was a woman in Switzerland. And the fourth time, which just ended recently, was a woman here in Denmark. And then I'm going right now waiting for who will be my next partner in crime, in knitting crime. And that's always so funny, and I think it's a good way to expand your network. I think the knitting community is something special. And I really like that you can get acquainted with the people from all over the world like this. It's an Australian woman called Gail that started this one some years ago. And well, every second month you can sign up, and then after 2 weeks she will close the sign up, and then she will pair the people who participates and write a mail with information about who will be your next partner. I think it's a very fun thing, and I love this. So yeah. A couple of months ago I received a beautiful yarn package, including this wonderful yarn, Schwarzbubewolle it's called. It's Schurwolle. It's a wool, and 75% wool and 25% polyester. It's hand-dyed in Switzerland, and I have been wondering what would I make of it. I have 5 skeins of this one, and I fell in love with the wishbone sweater. Maybe you know it. I will put in a picture so you can see which one it is, but it's a little too thin, and I think if I use 2 strands I'm not having enough, so I was looking for something to complement it. And then I went to a yarn shop also in Funen. I talked about Funen before, but this one is called Knit Sister Studio. It's a big yarn shop in Denmark where you can get live in the long grass. And she has almost, actually I think she has all the colors there is. She has so many colors. And then I thought these 2 colors would be good together. So I am pairing them, and then with a strand of silk mohair I love silk mohair. I think it, yeah, it's so nice and soft. So these 3 colors will be going into my wishbone sweater. And this would be something I'm not sure when to start it, because I will finish the Saga Stitch cardigan and I will finish the Jericho's Rose sweater. And this one is a winter model. I think it's because 2 strands of fingering is DK weight together with a mohair silk. That would be pretty warm and pretty thick. So maybe I will start this one in the late summer. Not right now anyway, but I have the yarn and it's lying and I can look at it and I can touch it, and that's pretty nice. But well, that's coming sometime in the future. I'm not sure when yet. But I'm going to need this summer tees very soon, I think. My mind is setting for summer knits. I'm thinking about what to knit for the summer, and I have a lot of tees, and I'm very fond of all my summer tees. So I found this one that I will be knitting sometime soon. It's called Tulip Top. It's from Norway, and it's made in Viking yarn. It's 50% bamboo and 50% cotton. So just a very neutral undyed yarn, and I think it would be so beautiful. So I can't wait to start this one. That would be one of my, well, very soon projects on my needles, I think. Yes. Okay, then I want to talk a little bit to you about Knitathon. I don't know if you know Knitathon, but we have a wonderful Danish woman who the last 4 years have been hosting Knitathon. Knitathon is almost, as the word says, a sort of marathon in knitting, and it is from we start on Saturday the 6th of April, I think at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's European time, as of what's it called, 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. European time, European Standard Time. And then every hour a new podcaster will be sending. Someone will be sending live, and someone will have recorded an episode and release it on the time when they are due. So every hour a new podcaster will come and have an episode for you. And I think I will be doing a live so we can chat. And that would be in the evening, in the Danish evening at 11 p.m. So that, yeah, and that's of course also still is a European Standard Time. So that's not correct what I'm saying, but it will be 11 p.m. but it's European Central Time. It's or is it? Actually, I'm not pretty sure about those time zones, but it's Danish time. It's also the Paris, isn't it? The Paris time, Berlin time. It's the same time as they have in Berlin. Actually, is that also Paris? I think it's not London. London is. They are later than we are. So maybe it's called +1 actually. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry if I'm confusing you. But it's Danish time, and it's 23 or 11 o'clock p.m. Danish time. And I have plans about finding all my works in progress and talk a little bit about what I'm having on my needles and why I haven't finished. And I don't know how many works in progress I have. Actually, I think there are pretty many. But if you have something that you would like me to talk about, or there's something you are curious about, then feel free to write, and it could be funny to talk a little bit about anything else, as long as it's about knitting. And before leaving you today, I would like to show you my latest wool swap I received a couple of weeks ago. I was so spoiled, and it was so fantastic. And it's just because I think I would like to give a little acknowledgement to Gail, who is hosting this, because I think she's making such a big job in making this happen. So this one is just a little, well, what should we call it? A little sneak peek in what might be in a box you receive from someone you swap wool with. And in this one I had a fine card. It's so pretty. All you need is love. There is, oh, I will just make a little room for it. There is this notebook where you can write whatever you want, maybe something about projects or something else. Then I got this one, a Valentine's package. It's from the Danish hand dyer. Hello Girls. This one, it's yarn. She is very, very talented and make very beautiful colors. Oh, I can't talk today. I'm babbling. In my package there was also these fine little wooden marks to sew on. Oops. I will do like this, then you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. They are made of wood to sew on sweaters or things like that. I had some very fine stitch markers. I will show you a coffee cup, and then some fine wool skeins and a little pair of scissors. There were some, oh, like this, some tags, woolen tags. They are a little funny. Also a little hard. So fine. I got stitch do you know these? They are pretty good when you put yarn on hold. You can put this one to your needle tip, and then you can put the stitches on hold, or maybe you can make a knot on it so they won't fall off. That's a very good gadget for putting, instead of a needle or instead of scab yarn, you can use these. They are pretty good. I have a lot of them. Then she put in a scent light fragrance with vanilla. I got hand lotion. You can never get too much of that when you knit. And then a lot of yarn. And this one is slipping. I have not enough base. I got this beautiful sock yarn. No, not sock yarn, because it's 100% merino. So maybe I will put this one in a shawl sometimes. But this one is sock yarn. A gradient with a dark one for the toe and heel, and a little lighter one for the sock. Maybe, well, of course I will have to decide that for myself, but it's a sock set. I got this one, also a sock yarn. Very beautiful colors. I love these colors. Purple, blue, green, pink, a lot of different colors in this one. I got a commercial yarn, bamboo socks, also the most beautiful colors. It's not a secret that I really love rose colors in all kinds. Rose, green, brown, earth colors, not so much yellow and orange, but you know, like brownish gray tones, like this one, for instance. I think that's very, very beautiful. It's from someone called FFS, and actually I'm not sure who that is. I really don't know, but I think it's nice, and it's sock yarn, so I can use it easily. Then there was this one. It's called Hedeul. It's Danish wool. What's it say? It's the wool yarn is the wool from Gotland. Well, different breeds. Wensleydales, Leicester's, Merino. Yeah, so I think it's a blend of some kind from different breeds going on fields in Jutland somewhere. Yeah. Oh, I'm babbling. I'm sorry. Well, and then we have silky mohair and one more silky mohair, and I think these colors also are so pretty. Warm and very beautiful colors. So that's what was in the last box I got, and I feel so spoiled. And well, that's nice. It's so nice that someone is caring about what would the recipient like to have. What yarn does she like? And that's what I like about this also. I think it's so funny to look around, maybe look a little bit in my own stash or my own collection, and look a little bit in the local yarn shops or some of the hand dyers we have in Denmark. I'm looking a little bit, could there be something that I would spoil someone with? Always having that person in mind and looking a little bit on Instagram and thinking what would she like, and I really like it. I think it's so funny. So this round, unfortunately, it's not possible to participate because the sign up is closed, but it will open again on May 1st, and then for about 2 weeks it will be open and you can register, and then you can be in the next round. So I'm just waiting for that mail to pop in so I know who I'm going to spoil in the next round. I like that concept. Well, a big box. I hope you have been enjoying this little chat about knitting and about yarn. And I think I will stop for now. I don't have so much more to tell you this time. But of course, I am very much hoping that you enjoyed, and I'm hoping that you might want to go and have a look at the Knitathon on the 6th of April. And all the way to the 7th of April. I think Pia will make a closing ceremony at about 3 o'clock p.m. On Sunday the 7th of April. So yeah, normally it's very funny, and I hope it is this time as well. And I have only been looking. The other years I've been sitting behind the screen and looking what others are talking about, but this time I told Pia that I would like to participate. So yeah, I'm a little nervous about it because I've never been live before, and I decided that there's a first time for everything, and this time would be my first time live. So yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend, and thank you for stopping by. Bye.